Hello class. In this lesson, I am going to share with you the concept of entrepreneurial marketing, and in particular, how should we really plan our marketing section in the business plan. And as I mentioned in the class earlier, that this part of the plan seems to be really important, since we need to conduct a number of analysis, as well as getting information from reliable sources to strengthen your marketing plan, which in my opinion might be the main course, or one of the main courses for your new business establishment. And marketing needs to be viewed as a much broader business function. Okay, I guess you may be familiar with the concept from the American Marketing Association, who identify the concept as activity or set of institution and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offering that have value for customers. So in that sense, the value for customers can be something that we entrepreneurs focus in our marketing process. In this part of our lesson, we are going to discuss how do we design marketing plan in the business plan. If you recall, we really look at the three dimensions from the previous lessons: understand the market, designing the market, and gaining the legitimacy to the market. Okay, let's start from the first aspect, which is understanding the market. Under this part, it is quite common, as I mentioned before, that marketing is a part of market. Knowing your market is as simple as how much and how well do you know your consumers, the competitors, and the availability of product and resources from your suppliers. That's the general information that need to be understood and perhaps planned beforehand. Okay. From the customer perspective, you should think on their behalf and say, what do they really need? And when you see the value that you create, will it be really useful for them, and will it be the solution for their problems? Second, from the marketing perspective, you also need to look at volume of customers, size, and potential. For example, if you think of teenagers, you have to be able to identify are there any particular aspect of teenagers rather than just a mere demographic segmentation or information such as age. But you might need to understand behavior, consumption behavior, and purchasing pattern. Okay, then you can be more specific in size and volume of the potential market. Competitors and partners refer to who are out there in the market and will be your direct and indirect competitors. In this part, I suggest in the previous lesson again that once you can name the top 3 or 5 competitors, usually it is quite common for us to analyze their strengths, weaknesses, and then talking about their particular persona or identity from the perspective of consumers. In so doing, you can collect the data from consumers or from the media, and then draw the picture of the image or identity of your competitors and what you can actually provide for your customer instead of your competitors. Okay. The next part will be the analysis of the design. Okay. You will need to be able to identify the STP in your marketplace. Okay, I guess this one will be quite useful for you when you talk about the STP. Let's start with segment. Major understanding for us is the STP helps us to be more focused and can work with the market, in particular the consumer, in an effective way. Okay, so this particular illustration just give some general idea. You have to look at yourself first, see what you really want to offer, and how do you compare yourself to what existing in the marketplace. Now, when it comes to segmentation, let's say you're going to offer, let's say, music software. You will help those in the teenage groups. Okay, we talked about that before, and they like to create their own music. They want to compose music, or they want to conduct certain technical action for them piece of music. Okay, so you need to find out the segmentation variables and define them as segment. For example, when I say teenage groups, the first thing that pop up in the head would be their age, 12 or 13 to 19, right? But you have to build the next step of the profile, which is you have to understand other aspects. In this case, it would be lifestyle, perhaps economic status of the parents or themselves, and or the geographical location, and the deep knowledge in information technology. All right, so all of this can be the information that will help you to be more selective with your marketing strategies. Why? Because segmentation here, you might come up with 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, I don't know, but God knows it will be part of the segmentation cluster. So let's say we come up with 3 segments here. We found, okay, Thai teenager at the age of 13 to 19, and segmentation 1 is those who are of affluent family background and live in Bangkok. Segmentation 2 is the same age group and also of mid-income level, but have the serious technology background, and most of them live in southeastern of Thailand. And the third group are particular teenagers who are also from rich background, affluent background, but have lower understanding of technology, but like music. Okay, we just play with this idea. So there are 3 segmentation out there. You have to select your target at the next step. So you need to perform an assessment of the potential of each segment in terms of understanding who will be the substantial market and how much they are willing to pay for your product. In general situation, we might look at how big the market is at the first step, right? So let's say if the first group consists of 2.5 million, let's say, population out there, and you decide to select that one, then you have to say this group is your primary target. Then you have to cut down the rates, and then you find out how to understand the behavior of this particular target group. Let's say I said this group, they are of 13 to 19 age, of affluent rich family background, and have a good understanding of technology, right? So you know the lifestyle, you know the socioeconomic, you know how to reach them and how to get them to engage with your product, or vice versa, okay? And they might be able to afford expensive but high quality product. So you have to position yourself in that idea when you compare it to other music software, and you find out later that perhaps price is the signal for quality in this group. So you end up designing strategy that emphasize high quality, high end, and high level of efficiency, right? So you can construct the product positioning and then design the appropriate marketing mix subsequently, right? So this is the part of the STP that is commonly used, but in many circumstances, I found we may take it for granted or conduct it in not so correct way. So this is just the idea. I hope in this part of the learning help you to understand general concept STP for entrepreneurs. In the next portion, I will work with you on the concept of the marketing mix or elements and the strategies.